Hey guys, welcome back to Cardageddon TCG, and today I'm going to be showing you how to play Cardageddon TCG. Now, I've showed you tons of cards, I've showed you a deck of every color, however I have not showed you why these decks are important or how to even play the decks. So, in today's video, I'm going to go through how to play the game, if my camera would focus. No, not going to focus, not going to do it, everything but. There we go, that's better. The game starts off with both players having a deck of at least 20 to 30 cards and a start land. This deck has 21 cards. This deck has 20 cards. I counted. And they both have their own start land. Now, at the beginning of a match, both players will place their start lands opposing each other. This creates one lane. A lane is a set where players can play their cards, they can play a monster directly behind their land, and then they can play a utility card in their utility zone. There are only two utility cards in the game, buildings and utility spells, and they stay face up in this imaginary zone over here until they are destroyed. Creatures will be played in this zone until they are destroyed. When you play lands, they will go adjacent to a land you already control in order to control more lanes. If your opponent wants to play a card in this lane, and you have a land, but they do not, they cannot until they play a land in this area. So for example, let's say I play a earth land here. Now I can play up to 2 creatures on my side of the field. The opponent, however, can only play a creature here. They cannot try to play another creature onto that other area. If they tried to play another creature here, they would be unable to, since they don't have a land here. However, by playing a land, they now have the ability to play the creature there. This also gives them more space, so if they wanted to activate multiple spells that stayed face up, they can do that. So now you can control up to 2 of these buildings if you wanted to, if you had the amount. So, you can only play 1 land once per turn, so if you want to extend your board, you'll only be able to do it once per turn once you draw your land. So, at the start of a game, both players will take their decks and they will shuffle it. I don't really care about shuffling right now, I just care about showing you guys what a starting hand looks like and how the rest of the game is played. Other pieces will be needed to play the game in the form of some life counters and some star counters. I've showed you guys what those little star symbols at the bottom of a card were, and this is what you use to spend it on. These are stars. They're beautiful. And this is what you're going to measure your life on. Now, since we are using earth and water, we're going to start the earth on 20. This little symbol is a 20. It's from Magic the Gathering. I don't really have my own brand of spin down counters, so until then we're going to be using the Magic the Gathering brand. At the start of a game, both players will draw 4 cards. Of course, this will not be revealed like I'm doing now. I'm just doing it as an example to show you guys. Alright. That looks good. Let's say this player goes first. When you go first, you do not draw a card. I will go through all the steps right now. First, the turn starts off with the draw step. If you go first, you skip your draw step. You skip a lot of steps if you go first. Then you go to your check step. During your check step, certain effects activate on the field. One of those effects is getting 3 stars. You can place these stars anywhere, just keep them around so that way you know how many you have. You don't need physical beads, you can use pieces of paper, or you can even use a little, piece of paper and pen to write down how many you have. But yeah, just make sure you keep track of how many stars you have, as it is important. They are needed to play your cards. Next, we'll play a card. We have 4 cards in our hand right now. We will go on to our main phase 1. Now, during main phase 1, you can summon a creature, or play a land, or do anything as long as you have the cost. So first we'll start off by simply playing Aqua Actor Extras. it will get summoned to our zone, and we will pay 2 stars, since that is his star cost. His effect then activates. His effect reads, when this card is cosplayed, add an aquatic spell from your deck to your hand. So now we get to search through our deck and look for an aquatic spell. For time's sake, we are just going to simply add the first one we see, and that will be Aquatic Script Mystery. We then shuffle the deck, and since we go first, we cannot enter our battle step or our main phase 2. Actually, I'm thinking about adding a main phase 2 or not. I feel like this game would work better without one, but for now let's just say we skip the battle phase and we go straight to the end phase, since we are going first. So that leaves us with 1 star remaining and 1 creature on the field. Now the opponent goes. We'll go through their turn. First, they will enter their draw step, drawing the top card of their deck. Next, they'll go through their check step, which is where they get their 3 counters. And now they will play during the main phase 1. They'll start off by playing the spell Haunted Pump Hatch. It costs 1 star, and its effect activates. Add 1 pump card from your deck to your hand, then discard a card. So, we'll search for a pump card. Let's go for Pump King, the Eternal. We'll add it to the hand, and then we discard a card. So the card we will discard is, let's go with Pumpy. He's pretty weak. Alright, now since Pumpy is in the graveyard, we will summon Pump Killer Reaper for the last 2 stars that we have. Now, Pump Killer Reaper's effect activates. When this card is played, you can send 1 card from your deck to the DC. Alright, so I have decided to add Golem Ball to the DC. Pretty simple, didn't want to do anything complex for this turn. And now we will enter this player's battle step. Since they went second, they will be able to attack first, and so we will conduct battle. Pump Killer Reaper will attack the Aqua Actor Extras. So Aqua Actor Extras will deal 1 damage. He has 2 defense, so that won't be able to kill him. He'll deal 3 damage, but he has 2 defense. This will be able to kill the Aqua Actor Extras, and this guy stays on the field. Now, during the end step, everything gets healed. So, the damage he took, that singular damage, will return back to 2 health. So he is ready to fight for the next turn. And now he will end his turn. The other player will go. Draw step. Gain 3 stars. And then they'll play their cards. Let's say they activate Aqua Actor's effect in the graveyard. You can banish this card from your DC, add an Aqua creature from your deck to your hand. They'll banish it from the DC in order to add... where is he? This guy. Aqua Actor, play white. That goes to his hand, and the deck will get shuffled. I don't really care about shuffling, I'm just going to throw the cards around a little bit, because we're going to go back into the deck soon. We'll activate the effect of Play White by discarding him and Aquatic Script Playbill. We could free play any Aqua Actor from the deck. So, let's go with Aqua Actor Superstar. So, this guy gets free played. Now, free play is different than a cost play. A cost play is paying a creature star amount in order to play it onto the field in one of your creature zones. However, because Aqua Actor Superstar has the free played effect from being free played by Play White, we do not pay any stars, so we keep our stars. We haven't touched our stars at all this turn. All these card effects and combos have been keeping us from stopping that. Next, we'll play a land. Let's play an ocean here. Then, we can activate Aquatic Script Mystery. For 1 star, we will add these 2 cards back to the hand. And then, we can pay the last 3 stars we have to cost play Play White. he will go here. Now, Aqua Actor Superstar will attack and destroy. He has 2 health, it gets beaten by his 5 attack. His 3 attack will do nothing to the 5 health, and so he will get destroyed. Then, Play White will attack, doing 3 damage to the opponent, which reduces him by 3 health. This is how the game is played, and this is a very simple way to teach all of the new players or the people who want to learn how the game is played. The other player will end their turn, and then the other player starts their turn. They draw, they gain their 3 stars, and then they attempt to make a comeback. They can spend 2 stars on Boulder Crash, which will destroy all creatures the opponent controls. Then they'll pay their last star for Pump King the Eternal, which, because there's 2 pump creatures in the graveyard, Pump Killer Reaper and Pumpy, he will gain 2 attack. He attacks for 3 and deals 3 damage back to the opponent, evening the playing field. So, this will continue until one of the players drops from 20 health down to 0, and that is how Cardageddon is played. For more questions on specific card rulings and all that stuff, be free to ask in the comments. I will also create a rule book later on for those who want to learn more about card interactions in depth and want a written guide on how to play. But as for now, this was a basic demonstration of how Cardageddon is played, and I hope you liked it. I'm working hard on making videos, and I think the next ones that I'm going to try to make are not going to be showing off cards, but more showing off ideas for archetypes and having you guys vote on which ones you want to pick. I'm thinking about archetypes based off of a main big boss monster, or archetypes based off of one big building. Maybe knights that surround themselves with luxuries in a castle, or maybe cybernetic minions who swarm the field and overpower the opponent. All of these various archetypes have been going through my head, and I hope you guys will give me your honest feedback on what you think about some of these cards. But anyway, that was a short demonstration on how to play Cardageddon, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed.